This is your student guide for part 2 of solving linear equations. So make sure it is the part 2, that you're not redoing part 1. Okay. So we have our awesome Ned. Ned is back. And for this example, we have Ned and Ned's clone. And we also have some weight on that side of the scale. So we have two Neds, and we have 11 pounds also on that side. Then on this side of the scale, we have 153. And we need to solve by using inverse operations. So the first thing that we want to do is take off the weight. And if we take off 11 pounds off of this side, we have to take off 11 pounds on this side. So then we won't have any more extra weight on this side, but we'll still have two Neds, and we'll be left with 142 pounds on that side of the scale. Then we have to cut our Neds in half. Well, not in half, we're splitting them so that we can figure out what Ned weighs and what Ned's clone weighs. So if we divide these guys into two equal pieces, then we have to separate all this weight into two equal sections. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. So you're going to be left with one of our Neds and 71. So this would be your isolated variable, and this would be your solution. And all of these steps are equivalent to each other. So I guess I didn't have to, I showed you on here my process, because I kind of like to do it usually in one, but at this step, this is when you would take off your 11 pounds off of both sides, and then you'd be still in balance, and then we would have separated them, and then we would have been left with 20, 40, 60, 71, 20, 10, 1. So then to check or to verify, we're going to substitute in that 71 in for Ned to see if it's true. So if we do 2 times 71 plus 11, we want to see if that equals 153. So 2 times 71 is 142. And then we add those together and we get 153 is equal to 153. So it is verified. That means we know that for sure that is the answer. So we're gonna try and do this without having Ned. So when we're solving two-step equations, we want to solve them one step at a time. And we want to undo the equations in reverse order or opposite order of operations. And then always do a thorough check to confirm your solution. Okay, so to undo by doing reverse operations, so we're going to start here. Remember, when you're going through your order of operations, you do brackets, and then exponents, and then any multiplication, and then any addition or subtraction. When you're solving equations, you actually start at the bottom of that chart and work your way up. So when you're solving, something like brackets would be the last thing that you would do. So you always start at the bottom of your order of operations and work backwards. always doing the inverse operation, so always doing the opposite operation. So the first thing that we're going to do here is minus 13 from both sides. And then those are going to create a 0 pair. We're going to be left with just 3x on this side and 48. And then the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So 3 divided by 3 leaves us with a single 1x, and 48 divided by 3 is 16. And then we could check or verify. So we'll do our check here. So 3 times 16 plus 13, we want to see if that equals 61. 3 times 16 is 48. And then 48 plus 13 is 61. Okay, over here we have some multiplication and we have some addition. So the first thing that we're going to take care of is the addition. So to undo it, we're going to subtract 17. These are going to become a 0 pair and cancel out. And then I'm going to be left with 35 and 5g on this side. So now this is multiplication. We have to undo it, use division to both sides. We're left with 1g is equal to 7. And then we would check. And we would say 52, is that equal to 5 times 7 plus 17? 5 times 7 is 35, and 35 plus 17 is 52. I guess I could have checked that too. That's what I really like about working through algebra, is that you can always check to make sure that you have the right answer. Because if any time left side does not equal right side, you did something wrong. Either you did something wrong with your check, or you did something wrong with your calculations. So this is a really great way to check your own work. Okay, let's do this one. So we have subtraction here. So the first thing that we're going to do is the opposite operation. So we're going to add 26 to both sides. This is a 0 pair. We're left with 4a on this side, and we're left with 68 on this side. Opposite operation of multiplying by 4, divide by 4. We're left with 1a is equal to 17. Check. 4 times 17 minus 26. 4 times 17 is 68. And then 68 minus 26 is 42. Of course, I'm not showing my work there. There we go. And the last one for this lesson. So I'm going to add 34 to both sides. Left with 2v is equal to 46. Divide by 2. Isolate my v, and I get 23. I'm going to check that answer and see if 12 is equal to 2 times 23 minus 34. 2 times 23 is 46. Take away 34. We end up with 12 is equal to 12. So the next thing that I want you to do is to complete these questions, and then make sure that you check it with the solution book, and then not just solving them, but also practicing how to check your answer using the substitution. It's a really good thing to become comfortable with. There are some more questions over here that I want you to complete. And then again, checking all your work. Save this for your tomorrow, and then I'll make another video for two-step division equations.